This podcast is brought to you by Marcus Rodriguez. If you're looking to buy or sell your home in this competitive market, look no further than Marcus Rodriguez. That kind of rhymed, unintentionally. You can find him at www.myrealtormarcus.com or email him at info@myagentmarcus.com. Once again, if you're looking to buy or sell your house in this competitive market, please look no further than Marcus Rodriguez. His number is 209-554-1715. Once again, it's 209-554-1715. This podcast is also brought to you by Alien, a new fitness wear company on a mission to support mental health. Alien features high-quality men and women's activewear designed to help you reach your goals both in and out of the gym. There are over 7 billion people on Earth, many that struggle with anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, or just feeling like you have no one that cares. If you feel this way, just know you are not alone. A percentage of all sales and proceeds are donated to suicide awareness and prevention. Please shop alien.org. Thanks for tuning in to Real Talk and Whatnot. I'm your host, Micah Daly, and if you're new to the show, this is a podcast where I highlight the talented individuals who live within the Central Valley of California, as well as people in general who are passionate about what they do. Once again, I'm going to remind you guys about reviews and downloads. Make sure you're downloading every single podcast you listen to on whatever podcast that app that is, and if you're using Apple Podcasts, leave a review on Real Talk and Whatnot and what you think about the show. It'd really help out the show, and I'd appreciate to hear the feedback. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you're leaving a thumbs up on every video, make sure you're commenting on it, and make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. It really helps out the show, and it allows me to figure out how many people are really listening to this thing, because, podcast stats suck, and I have no idea how many people are. Alrighty, let's just jump into today's episode. Today, I am joined by one of my best friends, Brian Womack. Brian is a dear friend of mine. I've known him since 3rd or 4th grade, and we have remained friends all the way through college and even till today. Brian went to school in Missouri at, I don't remember the school's name, but he was a part of the Bearcats, and I know that. But anyways, I was at a growl. I don't know. Anyways, so Brian came on the podcast, and he shared part of his life that he hasn't talked about that openly. I mean, he's talked about it openly to people, but not in this format to where people that he doesn't know are going to hear him. So Brian was, if you guys don't know Brian was diagnosed with testicular cancer. I believe it was spring of 2019. Somewhere along those lines. He was diagnosed with testicular cancer, and it was on a break between school, so he was back in California. He found out the news, and then he went back to Missouri to finish his PT program. And so while going to school, he was also fighting testicular cancer. And in this podcast, we get into it. We talk about his struggles. We talked about everything that he went through. We just talked about the whole process and how he dealt with it. And I think the way that he dealt with it was in such a great way. He was just, always had a level head on himself. It wasn't like moping that he had cancer. It was like, well, this is life. This is what we got to do now, and this is what we're gonna do. It wasn't he didn't sit there and mope about the fact that he had cancer. He just kind of was like, well, this is a part of life. I still got to go to school. I still got to do this stuff. He talked about how important it was to have a solid rock and foundation. And for him, that was his wife, Haley. And I'm just so glad that they found each other and that they can be together and that he did beat cancer. So this is that story with Brian Womack about how he fought cancer, how he beat it, and how he dealt with the emotions and everything that came along with it. We also got sidetracked a crap ton, and you even hear a disgusting medical story of mine recently. So if you stay late enough in the podcast, you're definitely going to hear that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome Brian Womack.
This is it. Real talk and whatnot.
Real talk. That's what it is. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk.
This is a Central Valley podcast where I have coffee cups with udders and a cow shape. Cheers, Brian.
Eat your meat.
Eat more chicken. It's funny that like the beef and the chicken industry, it's like eat more chicken, and the beef has its own thing, and then milk has its.
Milk is wild.
Yeah, and it's like aren't we like the only animal that drinks milk after?
I think so.
Their babies, basically.
Yeah, but the milk industry just told us to get strong bones and what have you.
I mean, I think it's working for both of us. Pretty strong.
We both
do you drink milk?
No, I don't.
What do you drink? What's your substitute?
For what?
For milk.
I just don't really use it in anything.
But like if you were to, like you don't have like, if you ever were to have cereal.
Oh, I would just use milk. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like I'm anti-milk. I just don't really drink it. Yeah. Yeah, like, but I also don't like eat cereal.
I've been drinking this lactose milk, and so it's just normal milk, but it doesn't have the...
Is it lactose or Lactaid?
I think the brand name is Lactaid.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't have the lactose from the milk in it.
Oh, I guess.
And apparently it makes your body.
I understand.
Everyone's like, what are they talking about right now?
I thought you were saying that it was called lactose, which wouldn't make any sense.
Oh,
there's no lactose.
Yeah, no. Lactaid. That's what it is.
Lactaid.
So, Brian, why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, hey. So I'm Brian. I'm a high school friend.
High school, childhood friend.
That's true,
We've
yeah.
known each other since, well, that one picture said 2006 that we just looked at.
It was like, I think I was in kindergarten. You guys are in first grade.
No, I felt like growing up, we were always 2 years older than you.
But then I skipped a grade.
And then you
in high
skipped a
school.
grade and you became 1 year.
Yeah.
Because what year are you born?
94.
Oh, no. So
But it's
you
November as well.
Oh, so it's like the cutoff of...
I don't know when the cutoff is. I was homeschooled.
How was that? I know how it was because I was with you the whole time, but like...
It was cool.
What do you think your transition was from going from homeschool to high school?
I feel like I was just a little socially awkward, but that hasn't stopped. It was just weird being inside a classroom, I guess. And like I would just always do work on my own time and just kind of pump it out. And Carol, my mother, she was my teacher to help me out. But yeah, it was different just sitting down for however long. BUHAC's days were longer.
Well, yeah,
right?
we had like an hour and a half class every single class, and we only had like 3 classes a day.
Yeah, which was cool until they got rid of it.
Yeah, they got rid of your senior year, right? Yeah. You remember that everyone was like, they had like a whole walkout, like everyone was like trying to protest this and like have like basically like protest about fucking they wanted a key block schedule and now I get 6 periods. But I feel like it's a pretty shitty way to teach high school.
Which way, the 6 periods or the block?
No, I think block. I mean, I love block, but it's shitty if you had like end of the semester testing, that'd be okay. But I remember taking a math class in the fall and then like getting tested on it in May. And so like, I was like, I don't know. Like, because I forgot all of this because I stopped doing it for 6 months.
Yeah. I feel like it would have worked if they just tested you at the end of the year or at the end of the semester. Yeah.
And then you'd have it
instead of
accurate.
But that's what the argument was. They were just like one of 2 schools.
Yeah. Anybody else did that? It was like, I think we were like the only one in the district that did that.
For sure in the district. But I think in like the whole state, because it was state testing that you take at the end of the year, so that they can get their money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So how's Missouri? What's the summer like over there right now?
It's pretty humid, but I think it's only getting up to like 90 degrees or so. But let me tell you, that humidity kills.
Well, I'm sure 90-degree humidity is just...
Yeah. You just start sweating when you walk outside, but it's cool. I mean, I work inside.
But what do you... So, like, well, like, let's say, like, when you walk outside, do you get pretty instantly...
Yeah, I mean, I get pretty sweaty. Yeah. I'm a sweaty dude.
No, I'm a sweaty dude, too. That's why, like, I'm, like, asking you. Because, like, I feel like even, like, just getting, like, walking out and then going to your car...
Yeah, and then, I mean, your car's hot, AF.
So, but is it different? Is it, like, at least your car's a dry heat inside?
Nah, it's still hot as shit. Because, I mean, the humidity is going to get in your car. Yeah. It's just gonna seep in. I guess.
Yeah, it's not like it's
it's not just like airlocked away from the outside world.
Does your AC help though? I mean, obviously your AC helps, but
but I'm still driving the Rolls Royce.
Rolls Royce. Yeah, for a couple more months, huh?
Yeah. I just bought a new car. Got my first real job.
Yeah,
so I bought a new car.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad. I honestly didn't know that you. I thought you were still doing the other job that we had talked about prior.
Oh, yeah.
And so, but this job is like way better. And so you're a physical therapist? That's what you are?
Technically, no.
What are you?
I'm glad you asked. It's occupational therapy.
Occupational.
So it can do a lot more things, not like do them better necessarily from PT, but you can work in a lot of different settings. So you could work like early child care. You could be in the NICU. You could work with individuals who have disabilities. Whether they be physical or like cognitive.
And so is occupational more like, is physical therapy more like athlete type things and like occupational is more like what you think of just like helping people get back to work and back to normal.
I got you. Yeah, so it really depends on the setting. So like, for instance, my job, I'm a hand therapist and I work in a physical therapy clinic. So we could both see sports people. But in, let's say, the rehab hospital, after you've, God forbid, have a stroke and you're, making your recovery, occupational therapy is going to focus on like making sure you can go to the bathroom or making sure you can brush your teeth.
Just daily tasks, pretty much.
We call them activities of daily living.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So yeah, you're brushing your teeth, you're taking a shower, going to the bathroom.
You're like walking, just like...
Walking is PT.
A physical therapy.
Yes, physical therapy.
Okay.
So they're going to work...
Yeah, occupational is more like hand stuff, almost. I mean, no, not
doing things,
but like that kind of comes, and then more physical is like when you're actually walking.
Yeah,
moving,
they're like getting them to like walk upstairs. But they're also, because a lot of the times with strokes, you might have one side, right, that's a little weaker. So
just getting that whole side.
Yeah, it's like neuromuscular
rehabilitation.
People
go from occupational therapy to physical therapy? Like it's in certain instances, like
patients, or
patients. Like I'm just saying, like let's say like you get them to a certain point, and then like it's like okay, now you need to move to physical therapy.
So in the rehab hospital, you do them at the same time. So you'll see OT for 50 minutes, and then you'll go probably straight to PT for 50 minutes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why they get people out pretty quickly in the rehab hospital. And then so sometimes, if the patient's still pretty messed up, they may transition to like a mix between a hospital and an outpatient setting. So it's, they like go home, but they spend a long time at therapy that day, like 5 hours.
Damn.
And yeah, that was my other fieldwork. That was the other job that I had accepted. It's called the Day Institute.
So you would be with people a lot longer?
Yeah, you'd be with them. Well, no, not me personally. I would still see them for about an hour, but then they would go to PT for an hour.
But they would just do their like, it's almost like a school for getting better in reality.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting to think of it that way. Like, it's just like you guys are at a university and you get crippled people who come in and then you make them not crippled anymore or help them. I'm sure no one's ever thought about that. Physical therapy in that way, but
never how I thought of it. But it's okay. Oh my god!
Everyone's minds work differently.
Yes. It's like,
so then have you always been a physical therapy major?
No, occupational therapy.
No, but you were a physical therapy major, right? Before,
I got my
like the AA, right?
Oh, that was a kinesiology.
That's what everyone, not everyone, but you know what I mean? A lot of people who are going into anything like that get. What else can you do with kinesiology besides like physical therapy and stuff?
You could be a personal trainer. Like you
just
would
like health
have to
stuff.
take or I guess a strength and conditioning coach. You would just have to take the certification. I think it's like the CSCS. It's cool. I mean, I heard it's pretty hard.
Is it? So it's just like physical education, though? That's kinesiology pretty much, right?
Yeah.
That's like what it is.
I guess you could do, have you heard of Driveline? It's a baseball thing. So, Trevor Bauer is a big fan of them, but, we can't talk about it too much right now.
We won't even know what's happened by the time this comes out with him.
That's true.
Who knows? He could be back. He could be back.
Punching buttholes. What were we talking?
Timestamp. Oh, we're talking about physical therapy. Oh, not physical therapy. We're talking about kinesiology.
Oh, yeah. They could so a kinesiology major might have the skills to do a biomechanical breakdown of like your body movements on the mound. And that's essentially, very simply put, that's what Driveline does is they get a, breakdown on the computer. There's some cool, there's some really cool programs out there now.
Each specific
individual, so you'll
right?
see like each joint and how they're moving in relation to the spine. Because pictures are pretty high tech these days.
Well, and isn't pictures are also interesting because pictures is one of those things where like, you can have like the correct way to throw, but then you have guys who just don't throw like any conventional, or like sidearm, underarm, just like freaking.
Oh yeah, and it's crazy because talent is definitely given on like pitching because you could have perfect mechanics and still throw 75.
Yeah,
but we're all the Chapmans out there throwing 103 still.
Yeah,
it's just It's crazy. He's also. Have you seen pictures of him working? Or
I don't think I have.
That dude is yoked.
Ripped.
Yeah, it is very crazy. I would not want to get.
No, who else throws the heat?
Who?
Alec Macaulay.
Shout out to Alec Macaulay, Athena. Macaulay throws hard.
The heat.
Yeah.
It's like sick.
Macaulay threw harder than I did. That dude, little tiny guy, just threw the ball so hard.
Yeah. So how so you guys played you guys played college ball, but like so how hard did you throw? Because you played like even after what I don't know what whatever you were.
Oh yeah, I played D2 baseball. Got a full ride scholarship. Yeah. So we out here.
Was it
Southwest Baptist University?
Bearcats,
the
right?
Bearcats. Apparently, Bearcats smell like popcorn in the wild.
Really?
It's in like the brochures at SBU. It's hilarious. I'm just like, okay, I believe you.
And here's the fact about Bearcats.
Yeah.
They smell like popcorn.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, like what?
Are you telling me like it literally like I'll be like, oh, it smells like popcorn out in the woods, or like you gotta like what is a Bearcat? Like what family is it in? Is it bear? Or
the Bearcat family?
Is it in
I think it's like in Asia. It's not in the United States.
But like what is it? Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah, look it up. It's like I think it's kind of like small, like a ferret maybe, but maybe bigger. I don't know. I don't think we have like real pictures of Bearcats up at SBU.
I just remember you'd always bring back like swag bags, basically.
I got you, dog.
You'd be like, here's some random gear from my school. Like, you could give me. Oh, it's pretty ugly, honestly.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati Athletics wrote about the Bearcats.
Oh. Cincinnati.
Oh, no.
What?
This is talking about the University of Cincinnati Bearcats.
You fucking.
Well, apparently you guys aren't the.
Yeah, no shit. That's a big ass D1 school.
Also known as a binturong, the Bearcat is an agile-like cat in the canopy and less adept on the ground, walking flat-footed like a bear. However, it's neither a bear nor a cat, but it belongs to the civet and mongoose family. It's almost like a ferret.
We'll look back upon this, and I believe I said it looked like a ferret.
Yeah, and then it's like, man, everything just says the same thing. It's neither bear nor cat. It's sometimes referred to as a skunk bear.
Oh, that's just terrible vibes all around.
Yeah, so that was your guys' mascot.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys have anybody like dressed up in a Bearcat costume?
I'm pretty sure they
it
have
almost like
a
looks
mascot.
Like, he didn't go to your baseball games, man? He wasn't over there?
Don't be silly.
Imagine being in a costume in the humidity. How is playing baseball in the humidity, man?
You sweat pretty profusely.
But like, does it, like your hands get clammy and affect your throwing?
Yeah, my hands. I mean, I'm a pretty nervous guy, so my hands were already clammy as it was on the mound. The real shitty part about playing baseball in Missouri was not the heat, but the cold.
Oh, so I guess you're almost all year
round. We start
round?
in February.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Well, like games in February. So you're practicing.
So you're pretty much not too humid during the baseball, just on the off season.
Yeah. So if you're like, just once you come back, the off season, like you're saying. So for the fall semester, because you play in the spring, you're practicing
all the time. In the humidity.
And it's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's okay. It's a good time.
So have you pitched when it's snowing? Or no? Or how cold was it when you pitched? Was it cold?
So it wasn't snowing, but my first game, right? First game playing in Missouri. I was just like, so it was, let me think about this. It was in February, 24 degrees outside, but it gets so much worse. There was 20-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh, so it was like, felt like, how they always do that?
Oh, I love it.
Well, you
it felt like 6 degrees or something like that.
And how are you even like, it's got to suck. I mean, if you're pitching, if you're catching, if you're...
Yeah. Oh, dude. Hitting, yeah. If you just hit a ball wrong?
But you guys have to use wooden bats there, though?
No.
Okay.
College uses metal bats.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that hurts like bitch too.
No, that's worse. I think.
So I'm told.
I think I feel like metal's worse.
Yeah.
When you hit the ball like messed up or you hit it too close to the neck.
Yeah.
And it's just like
the handle.
I feel like that's a good the handle, but the part in between.
Yeah.
Isn't that what would you call that?
I don't know what to call
I think it's. You don't think it's a neck?
The neck, handle, neck. Barrel.
I mean, it's a handle, but I'm talking about between the handle and the actual part you hit it. There's that weird slow part.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I just don't know what it's called.
Baseball terminology.
It could be, yeah.
And were you guys good on your team, or was it?
Ooh.
Or like, what was your?
So we weren't great, but my senior year, we did set the record for wins in a season.
Oh, for the school?
Yeah, for the school. So, I mean, we were relatively good.
I mean, arguably better than any of the previous teams.
Yeah, yeah, arguably so.
And how many games do you have in a season?
There's 50 regular season games.
Oh, wow. That's pretty, so it's like 2 a week for...
So... Sorry, I gotta take a drink out of my cow cup.
It's like titty cup.
Titty cup. So the general setup, you would sprinkle in buys and off days in there, but during like the league part of the season, we would have a Tuesday game, a Tuesday night game. So we would play, one team, and then on the weekend we would play Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Holy
against
crap.
one team. So
it's one team?
Yeah.
You have like a series against them?
Yeah, so you would have 3-game series.
So how far would you travel on your away games? Like, would you guys go back and forth every day?
It depends how far.
So how far did you go?
So thankfully, the farthest I would have had to go was Kearney, Nebraska. And thankfully, we got snowed out, so I never had to make the trip. Yeah, they came to us to play because their home field was snowed. Yeah. So that one's like an 8-hour drive, but it's mostly like three.
And you come home on 3-hour drives or no?
No.
So basically an hour drive, you'd come home?
Yeah, sometimes we would play like a Drury in Springfield, which is 30 minutes away. So we're for sure, going back and forth. Or we, sometimes... I thought we should have stayed, but we actually drove home. So
like hour and a half away.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's tough.
Or you just stay in hotels?
Yeah, hotels. You sleep 4 dudes to a room, so you cuddle up with somebody in bed.
Two and two in each bed.
Yeah, but I always had chill roommates, no shenanigans.
And that's it. That's interesting. Then how? I'm trying to think. I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I was trying to think about I had a question, but I forgot it.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I can talk about my senior year.
It's because you were there for 4 years?
No. So I started at Merced College after I graduated high school. Redshirted my freshman year. And then I played 1 year at Merced College.
Mm-hmm. And we had like every class together, I felt like.
Yeah,
we did hang out. I had more classes with you than anybody, I felt like.
Yeah, it was odd.
Anthropology.
That was a crazy class.
Philosophy.
Oh, great class.
That was a great class. We were like, me and you had the top scores. They're like, all right, and this will be the curve for and it was like it was me or you, but we booked like 98s or something like that. And everyone's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But philosophy was one of those things where it's like he had the test almost exactly like the study guide. So I'm like, how are you guys not doing?
I really enjoyed that class. He
was like a weird, long hair, hippie looking dude.
Are we talking about logic? Or
no logic. Yeah,
we're talking about that. We're not talking about Arguelles.
Arguelles is cool too. They're both also pretty similar in the sense of like hippie dudes. Arguelles, remember he would just get serious.
He would, yeah.
Dude, at one point, do you remember the story where he talked about like all the bombs going off in like Syria or something like that? Yeah. He was just like, he got like super serious and he ended the class and he was just like, you'll never really know what it feels like until you hold somebody dying in your arms.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, good day.
Yeah.
And all of us were like, what? How are you just going to end class like that?
He was very good at memorable lectures. Well, at least parts from because I don't remember shit.
No, I mean, he had when he told his personal stories, they were really good. But let me tell you, that guy liked pottery more than anything. And I think it's anthropologists in general, but like,
yeah, it was tough.
I was like, hey, we've been talking about pottery for the past 6 weeks.
Yeah.
What about like some Indiana Jones type shit?
Yeah.
But he did have a couple of those stories too.
He did. He was a cool dude.
Yeah,
he did a lot of cool stuff.
And then the giant sloths that are found like spread out. It's like close to here. They're finding like huge sculptures.
So they were like taller than the building we were in. It was like a 3-story building. I was like, damn.
I was like, how big are these sloths?
It's a big ass sloth.
Damn. Oh. And then did we have geography together too?
Yeah, dude. We had hella classes together. That was crazy. Oh, but anyways, after Merced College, I went to the Bay Area and played at another junior college.
Antioch.
Yeah, in Antioch, Los Medanos College. Pretty cool school. I had a great time living with Dong and Macaulay and Leonard. It was cool. Derek Slate was also there.
Was he at your house too?
No, he wasn't.
Oh, he just...
but he's from Merced.
There was enough room for him at that house.
That house was humongous. That was dope.
And then, so how did you get recruited to, or like, you know what I mean? How do you go about like getting a scholarship? Because like, you almost like kind of like...
Yeah. You have to
promote yourself to people, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
there are services out there. So a dude from Los Medanos, and I don't know if I ever met him, he set up like a recruiting deal to where it sends out like has a bank of schools, so like all the schools is really what it comes down to, and it sends makes like a nice letter for you, puts in your link for some video footage, and then it sends it off to hella people and like customizes it.
And then like the college have like probably agents or whatever.
They have recruiters. Yeah. Every school has a recruiter. But for SBU, I don't know. C-Mart never saw me play. But I guess he saw some video and he flew me out and then offered me a full scholarship.
Damn.
Hella crazy, right?
Yeah. I remember when you were going out there.
Mm-hmm. It was cool.
We were like, what's in Missouri, Brian?
There's not a whole lot.
St. Louis.
There's not a whole lot down there.
Oh, where you were?
Yeah.
The Springfield area, right?
It's the Springfield area. So, I mean, Missouri State's there.
There's 2 colleges close by?
Oh, dude, there's hella colleges in Springfield.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you got your small little colleges.
Yeah, like the JCs and stuff.
Yeah, and then
private schools.
So Missouri State's there, and then Drury's there, so a private university. And then Evangel is also there, which is...
Are they all like religious schools almost?
I think Drury used to be.
But no, the other 2 sound like it.
Evangel is definitely... Evangel is so religious. They like...
Evangelists are the huge mega churches, right, too? Or no?
Bro, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Dude, the other day... It was a couple of years ago.
Other day.
It is the other day.
Yeah.
Haley and I saw the Second Baptist Church.
Oh, the mega one?
No. Well, it might have been mega, but it was ridiculous that it was the Second Baptist Church.
Oh, ever?
No.
What are you talking about?
That's just their name. You know how it's always First Baptist Church.
Yeah.
There's a million of them. We saw Second Baptist Church.
I said ever.
Ever. Like, I don't know. It's probably not here
the
anymore.
first Second Baptist Church.
I feel like I've seen a Third Baptist Church. I'm just like, what do you guys teach that's different?
And then that's weird. And then what about like Seventh-day Adventists or whatever that church is weird? That means that I'm pretty sure that church is the one that they have church on Saturday instead of Sunday.
I don't know.
And we don't know.
Yeah, we're delving into the unknown. There's too many denominations.
Yeah, and like that's what was crazy about Christianity is that there's so many things. And last night we learned from our friend Kayam, who's very versed in the Bible, that the whole Muslim religion, right, is based off of Abraham's son that he had. He had God. So God kind of impregnated his wife too. Remember, she said that. Anyways, we don't have to get into that, but Abraham's second son is what the whole Muslim religion is based on. Yeah. Kaim, you better be right, because I just said that.
I was going to say, YouTube fact checkers, please look at these statements.
I was like,
I don't know.
I'm sure some people who listen to this will go tell somebody else. Did you know? I'm like,
no.
I think so.
Spreading the lies. It's hard. It was really hard to tell if he was bullshitting us.
No, he sounded so serious and like he knew what he was talking about, and then at the end was like, I don't know though. I was like, what do you mean?
I don't know.
You sounded so legit when you said that.
Yeah, he sounded wow. Yeah.
And then so how many years were you at
SPU?
Yeah,
I was there. So my junior, senior year baseball, and then I needed one more semester to finish up because I spent hella time in undergrad. Spent hella time there.
You're telling me, Brian. I also did.
It's true. But it was cool because I had that extra semester that I needed and I wasn't on scholarship anymore. But my coach was like, hey, we got you. So he paid for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the school paid for me.
I mean,
it's cool. So I got that free.
You had one more semester afterwards,
yeah,
right?
So he just finished me out.
So you went, how long did you go there to school? 3.5?
2.5.
2.5.
2.5. Yeah. But then
you graduated before, right? Or you know what I mean? Like,
you
walked. But,
I walked. Walked in the winter and then graduated technically after I coached baseball.
Oh, you walked in the winter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they do a winter and a spring one?
Yeah. There's 2 commencements. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. My speaker, weird dude.
Oh, yeah. You guys are kind of touching on that.
Oh, yeah. He was just like real Baptist.
Like a very traditional.
Yeah. Like very, very sexist Baptist is how I would categorize him.
Wasn't he just like telling you guys, he's like, women are whores at your...
he compared, it's just so wild. Even my brother-in-law who was there was like, what the hell, man? I was like, I don't know. But
Brian's like, that's how we do it around here.
He likened women who are whores to dogs at one point. I was like, damn, son, like we are in at a college.
Isn't it supposed to be like a memorable, or like, it's supposed to be like a speech, like, go off into the world. He's just like, any girl who graduated from here, you're a dog.
Yeah, I was just like, what are we talking about right now? It was insane.
I feel like, what are you guys considered Midwest?
Yeah. Missouri's the Midwest. Yeah, the Midwest is kind of weird though, because it really goes like hella high up.
Well, yeah. So what's the highest Midwest?
I'm pretty sure it goes all the way up to like Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan's Midwest, huh?
Well, I think the problem is there's like an actual Midwest, which I think of like, Missouri, Iowa, Illinois, Nebraska, like those fuckers right there. And then Michigan's like way up there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I'm like,
and it seems like it's based damn near Canada.
Yeah. And we just don't get the same weather that Michigan gets. Mm-hmm. They get some cold ass weather.
Yeah. Well, anywhere like Boston, that whole fucking... I can never...
Dude, even Chicago gets like considerably colder or just like,
it snows in there, right? Like it snows like a good amount and everything.
Yeah. Well, they are right next to that lake, I guess. I don't know what the lake is called. It's one of the Great Lakes, allegedly.
Oh, I don't even tell. I don't even know if
I Lake Michigan? I don't know.
I couldn't even... What are those lakes called? The Great Lakes?
It's like...
I can't even name one Great Lake, man.
Michigan
Lake? Lake Michigan?
Lake Michigan.
Michigan Lake.
Michigan Lake.
Lake Michigan. Lake Ontario, or... Isn't it Ontario?
Pontchartrain? Is that one?
Lake Ontario?
Fuck, I don't know. This is terrible. You got it?
I got you.
Okay.
Great Lakes. Oh, here we go. Lake Superior. Lake
I bet you that's the one next to
Lake
Chicago.
Ontario.
Right. Good shit. Good shit. Is it in Canada?
It's probably touching Canada, I bet you.
Probably touching Ontario.
Lake Erie makes sense, and then Lake Huron.
Yeah. It's all coming back.
Yeah. Geography, man. Good thing we took it together.
That's so crazy.
And then, so your senior year.
Of what?
Of baseball. Or no, so
we're going for it?
We're going for it.
We're going for it.
We're going for it.
Cancer.
Everyone's like, why is he fucking laughing?
Yeah.
No. So, yeah. So, you have a story.
Oh, yeah. So, after I coached some baseball and, got my exercise science degree.
You were here for like 6 months during that, right?
Yeah. So, I was coaching baseball. And then I went back and hung out with my wife, Haley, because she was in PT school at the time. And I had just found out that I got into OT school at Maryville University in St. Louis.
Yeah, and so this was after you graduated that we were just talking about? After that fall semester?
Yeah, after
you graduated?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you were here for 6 months, and then you went back, right?
Yeah. So, graduated in the winter, right? So then the next one's the spring where baseball is. So I coached baseball with Wake. Got my degree at that point, exercise science degree. And then I went back to Missouri because Haley was chilling and I was about to move back anyways. Yeah. Worked as a lifeguard at
we
SBU.
forgot about that.
Yeah, it was cool. I didn't do shit.
I mean,
it was
do
cool.
lifeguards.
Yeah, that's right.
Save lives, whatever.
Whatever.
Did you ever have to jump in the pool and save anybody?
I had to jump in once. But I was like already walking towards the kid because I had seen him swim before. He told me that he could handle it, but I knew that he couldn't handle it. But I wasn't going to stop this kid from jumping in. I was just going to go in and get him.
Can't coddle these kids. Too many people coddle kids.
You're right. He was in a rough place.
So you went back, visited Haley, or before you moved back, or while you were moving back?
It was before, or what?
I'm saying because you had the 6 months. You said you were going visit back. You're visiting your wife.
Oh yeah, and then I got into OT school. So I started OT school in August of 2018. You know, what classes did we have? We had like anatomy. It's really the only class I remember from that semester because it's hella hard.
I remember that you telling me about just like how ridiculous, like
that was crazy.
Yeah, and how detailed the human body is. It's like you have to learn like every single thing about every single function.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And then you have like cadaver lab, so you got to go slice and dice.
When you told me that, like that freaks me out. Honestly,
it's really
you just see dead bodies and you cut them open and look inside them.
Yeah.
I mean, I get why, but like, I don't think I could.
It's crazy. It's pretty morbid, but it's nice when you're in the lab though, because you could have like their forearm cut off or the skin removed, right? Okay. So you can see like their muscles, their tendons, and all that. And you could look at a muscle, like pull the tendon, and you would see what the action was.
That is, I mean, like very helpful and useful for you guys.
Yeah, but it is pretty morbid, obviously.
Did you ever just like have like a leg? Like, do they ever cut it off?
No, they want to keep
like,
it.
We're working on a hand today. Everybody picks out a hand right here.
They do have like brains sitting in like jugs and stuff for you to look at.
Oh,
and, like,
man.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm a donor. That could be me one day, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Definitely. Yeah, it just smells like formaldehyde, if you've ever smelled formaldehyde.
Yeah, I have, but one time I walked by, what is it called, a mortuary? Where they
yeah?
And it's like...
Oh, it stank?
It stank like dead bodies. Like,
damn.
Yeah. Me and Lindsay were walking, and we're like, oh, what does that smell? It smells like a dead animal. And then we looked, and it's a mortuary, and we're like... I like almost threw up, because I was just like, it was just like everywhere. It was just in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Damn.
That mortuary.
That's how it messed up.
Probably too hot there.
It's true, yeah. Just melting bodies instead of burning them.
Anyways, we're way off topic.
Yeah, we're going crazy. All right. So Cancer, we're back. January 1st, Haley and I go to the Rose Bowl. Want to throw that in there. I saw Urban Meyer's last game at Ohio State. That was hella cool. But it was like January 6th, something like that. I had to get a physical for OT school because I guess they want you to get physicals, which is pretty helpful. And I went in to some random doctor to just get a physical, and she felt my right nut, and she was like, "Hey, you should go get this checked out because that's like feels a little funky." I was like, "Oh shit!" So then, being in the medical field, I gave it a good feel. I was like, "Oh, we're fucked here, boys."
Does it like feel like
it's just lumpy?
I mean, I've gotten checked multiple times.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got it checked out. Though.
No, I've got it checked out. But I mean, never mind. I'm gonna talk about my balls right now.
We're already talking about one ball. Why not bring another into it?
Speaking of one ball,
yeah, I have one ball.
Yeah, so you got it checked out. Oh, so from that point.
Oh yeah, so I got it checked out in Merced because I was visiting, and then she told me that, and she was like, "Hey, you should go get this ultrasounded, looked at by a urologist." Actually, she didn't tell me the urologist part. I just figured that out on my own. So I did that in Missouri. Took a little bit. Got into a urologist, Dr. Steven Schneider. The dude's yoked. I was like, "Damn, like you're jacked." Anyways, Dr. Steven Schneider, and he, felt my ball. He's like, "Yeah. That's testicular cancer. I can't tell you that it for sure is until after this ultrasound, but you have testicular cancer." I was like, "Huh?"
And what was that like? That like just hearing that, or you kind of?
I was prepared,
but
it still was pretty crazy feeling just to have a doctor, a yoked doctor, tell you that you have cancer is pretty crazy feeling. I held it together for my boy Steven.
While you were in there.
Yeah, I was like, cool. Yeah, sounds good. Shed a couple of tears when they they came in and
confirmed it.
Well, they took like blood samples because your blood they can test for cancer essentially in your blood. So I get that done like all the time.
Yeah.
So they did that, and the blood levels actually looked pretty good. But I went to get the ultrasound, and she was like, "Yep,
Yeah.
You've got a tumor on there.
Damn. And so was the tumor down there?
It's just on your nut.
On your nut?
Like attached to it. Yeah. It's cancer cells are like, bad cells. They get into your nut and they just grow like crazy people. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
And so you were in Merced when you found out?
No, I was in Missouri when I found out. Yeah, I was in St. Louis.
And then you like instantly call Haley? Or?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I called Haley, let her know. Cried a little bit in the car. Yeah. And then I went back to class.
Damn.
And just rocked and rolled straight through class.
And then how far into your semester was this again?
Oh, so this was like January, probably like late January. Mm-hmm. So pretty early on in the second semester of school. But February 6th, so Dr. Schneider was like, hey, we're going to do this like next week.
Yeah, we're going to do this ASAP.
Yeah, he's like, we need to move. So I had the surgery on February 6th, I believe.
And that was the removal?
Yeah, so they just, put me under, gave me a sweet scar.
And then they
took the ball out. I asked them if I could keep it to give away as the Sacco for fantasy football, but they said, we aren't going to give you live cancer cells. I was like, it's fucked up.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, you'd think I want to like, I guess, can you give cancer? Like, so like
I don't know.
Like, hey, I got my ball.
Yeah.
I'm going to force you to eat it and you'll get cancer.
I feel like you can't, but who knows?
Oh, that's an interesting rule, though. And then
that would be wild.
So then you had that surgery.
Yeah. So then they send the ball away. So this could be also why they wouldn't let me keep it.
Yeah,
they send it away to a lab. Yeah, to look at what type of cancer cells it is. And then I did a CT scan, and it showed that it had like spread all the way up in the abdomen into like the lymph nodes. Yeah, because that's the path that it travels through.
I became pretty versed in lymph nodes from you during this. Time, because I didn't know what they were at all. But now I'm like,
I remember that conversation.
If your throat's sore, your lymph nodes get swollen,
your armpits.
Yeah. That's like a lot of people have. Like my dad has or used to have like your lymph nodes will get built up, they'll become hard almost because of like when you put deodorant on, your sweat glands get filled up, they get backed up. But apparently you can get you have to get surgery to get them removed, and they're like little hard balls in them.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
man, didn't know that. Huh.
So they spread up to your lymph
nodes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Spread up to the old lymph nodes. And that's when they were like, hey, you got to do chemo as well. So they were like 3 rounds of chemo. I had a really solid oncologist, Dr. Juan Cuevas. Might be Daniel. I think it's Daniel Juan Cuevas.
Cuevas.
Yeah, at St. Louis Cancer Care. He's super cool. Very soothing voice.
Founder of Huevos Rancheros.
Cuevas.
I know, but it just sounds like huevos.
He's a quality dude. So I did chemo during the semester, mind you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I remember I don't remember, but I remember you going through it because you'd call us.
Yeah.
And how did you because that part that's a little more I feel like you're obviously the first part you're hoping okay, we remove this ball, this is it.
Oh, it would have been nothing.
Yeah, exactly, would have been nothing.
Yeah.
And then how did you mentally prepare yourself for going into chemo, going into this next process of it?
Definitely scarier than just a surgery, just because I knew I was going to be fucking ugly as shit.
Well, and just not feel yourself, not feel good.
Yeah. But I had a quality support base is really what it comes down to. Having Haley around really helps. She's very supportive, and she kind of just understands and doesn't catastrophize the situation.
Yeah, she was always very calm about it. That's what I remember.
Well, Haley's friend Allison, the bridesmaid, she had cancer as well. So Haley had already been around the block.
She'd been near people next to it.
Yeah, so she was prepared for the situation, which is rather helpful. So yeah, really just support.
Yeah, because and it was crazy. Probably sucked somewhat is that your family wasn't near. I'm guessing, huh? I know
Carol was near.
Who Carol was, but that's what you have to do for your mom. You know what I mean? You gotta or some. Yeah,
Carol came out.
She came a lot, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And then how long? So you were going through chemo, and what was I mean, like, the only thing I can ever think of when I think of cancer is you've seen the movie 50-50, I'm sure.
We watched it right before I started chemo.
Damn. That's tough. That was tough to watch for me. And so I can only imagine, like...
Yeah, it's fucked up shit.
Yeah, but it does at least make it... You know, they try to make... Not try to make it a comedy, but you know what I mean? Like, it's really real life on somebody, like... Yeah. You're a friend, but you're trying to, like, act so normal with the person because you don't want to act not... Yeah. Normal, like, and there's like,
well, you can't be stressful.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be the, you don't want to like bring it up. You know what I mean? You just treat them like, oh, that's like, well, that's all we try to do. You know, we like, and I remember like looking back, like I remember at some points, like, not that we would joke about the cancer, but we would do it in the sense that we're like, we don't want to make you feel that like it's like a topic that we can't touch. But then I remember times too where I'm like, no matter what, it's like in your mind, it's going on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And it kind of, my mindset was kind of, it is what it is, which is also helpful.
Yeah.
Because it's really not in my control what was going on. So there's,
you were always very calm about it too.
There's just no need to be like stressed. I mean, obviously I was stressed, but no need to stress more about it because it's not something that I can really control.
Yeah.
And it's not something that I can really help. You know what I mean? So it's just no need to freak out.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And then how long was like your first chemo treatment? How was it when?
Oh, the first one was crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So yeah, they said since I was only doing 3 rounds that I was not going to get a port.
Which is like
so it goes right here, and they just hook the
they like put it on
the chemo through, and it just like goes through. So I got
the needle
stuck every single time, Micah. I'm not a fan of needles anymore.
No, I can't imagine you would be.
Yeah. So the way that my chemo cycle worked is one long week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
Every week?
Chemo. No. So we would do that the one whole week, and then you'd go a Tuesday, and then you would go another long week, and then Tuesday. But the Tuesday ones were 8 hours.
Damn. How long were the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday?
So every Tuesday was, the long ass one. So only one long ass one.
And you're sitting there that whole time with a needle in you?
Yeah. And it's dripping.
Just slowly.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes they make it really fucking slow. I'm like, bitch, let's fucking go.
Yeah. But I guess that's to prevent you from getting more sick than...
Yeah, if they put it in too fast, you'll get hella sick. But yeah, the first time was crazy because, they put it in you and your body just kind of like starts buzzing, just like, what the fuck are you doing to me right now? Because, I mean, it's getting poisoned, right? Your body's like, hey, what are we doing?
But so what are they putting in you?
So one of them was bleomycin. I can't remember what the other 2 drugs were, but essentially it kills everything, all the cells. And, they might have good technology where it kills certain cancer cells.
Yeah, or a certain percentage of more or whatever. It must have something like that, some backing.
Yeah, but it kills your good cells too. And it drops your white blood cell count way down.
Yeah, and so they're basically like poisoning you, but they're trying to poison you only
the good poison.
Yeah, or like only a certain amount because they know your body's going to deteriorate. But if your body can hold on longer than the cancer cells, I guess that's like the whole.
Yeah, and I mean, testicular cancer has like a 98% survival rate, so that also helped with my mindset.
Yeah, that's true.
That just popped in my head. Sorry.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
and so then your body just went tingly, pretty much.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Just like a buzz, just like, hey. Like, what the fuck is going on? So that was crazy. Made it through. It was not a good time, but I was with Haley. So I was feeling good, feeling on top of the world. I was chilling because they give you steroids. And steroids
to like make you feel better or make your
just like helps
while they are putting it in.
It might be after.
Oh, but like during the process of it, then they'll put steroids in after just to kind of make you feel a little better.
Yeah, I think it decreases a little bit of inflammation, and but it gives you kind of a little bit of
booster
high. And I mean, I say a little bit, and I mean a little bit. You just feel like, okay, cool. So yeah, we strolled out. I was like, babe, I'm feeling good. Let's go to the mall. I want some Jamba Juice. We'll stroll around, feel normal a little bit. So I got some Jamba Juice and I drank half of it. And then on the way home, I started not feeling great. in the mall. So we were walking out, and I, drank half of my Jamba Juice on the way home. I just opened my lid and just threw it up. Oh, it was disgusting.
And then just went home and just felt pretty shitty.
Just passed out.
Just slept.
Yeah, I did so much sleeping, dude.
I'm sure it makes your body like.
Yeah, I was just tired all the time. That's crazy.
And then you did that for 3 weeks, or how long did you say you did that for?
Yeah, so that each cycle is 3 weeks, 3 cycles.
Okay, so it's 9 weeks.
Yeah.
So you did that first, right?
Yeah, I did that first. So yeah, during school, I would take a week off from school, and they would just send me the lectures at home. Shout out to the Maryville's, faculty. They're pretty cool. Barbecue Bob.
Oh, yeah, they helped.
Yeah, they were hella cool.
Little did they know they were preparing for quarantine.
Yeah,
like
true.
You know what I mean?
They really were.
They were like because you were like, and then you went to bed. So how often did you go to school in those 9 weeks?
I would go during those weeks that I had off. Generally, sometimes I would.
So not during the
just not during the weeks that I had every day. Yeah, because that's just.
But during on the Tuesday week or whatever, you go.
Yeah, exactly. And I would just feel like dog.
And
shit.
was it just 2 semesters for your school, right? The school that you were in for that.
Oh, it was like to graduate.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was 2.5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
After college, you did this for 2.5 years.
Yeah. So I got my bachelor's in.
That went by fast.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Yeah, dude. I've been in school for a minute.
Yeah, but then we like to get distracted again.
Oh, I know.
I just get distracted with all my friends anytime I have them on. I'm like, sorry, people who are listening.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck?
And then so you did that for the 9 weeks. Went to school you were going to school the whole time. Teachers were helping out, and then after those 9 weeks, they were kind of like, "Hey, this isn't working." Or
so apparently they kind of had the idea that I wasn't gonna get everything because when they looked at my ball, there was a certain percentage this cancer cell, a certain percentage this one, and a certain percentage of this one. 3 different ones, right? And the chemo is only able to kill 2 of them, but the lowest one was 10% or something like that was not going to get killed by the chemo. And they kind of knew that going in, apparently.
But they needed to at least make some progress on the cancer.
Yeah, take it all down, right? So you make everything smaller, more manageable.
And so is it almost so you say the cancer spread to your abdomen area and your lymph nodes. What you know what it looks like? Is it like a tumor type deal that's growing, or is it just there's cancer cells throughout?
Oh, that's a great question.
I was thinking because the surgery and everything.
Yeah, so I know there's for sure tumors because one of the tumors was fucking fat. They send me a report of all the shit. It was I don't remember the measurements. I'd have to ask Kaylee.
Pretty significant.
It was fat though. Yeah.
And was it a ball or was it spread?
I don't know. Yeah. I assume it was. I think it might have been spread.
Like a thin layer or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like a steak. Tasty.
T-bone.
Oh yeah, but so that what we're talking about, the lymph node is so chemo didn't work, right? Didn't get rid of everything. So then my doctor called me and he was like, "Hey, because we got a CT scan. We got 1 million CT scans." He's like, "Hey, it didn't get everything. You're going to have to do surgery." And I don't remember when this was.
And this was because normally for testicular cancer, right, it's try to get your ball removed. Hopefully that's it. If not, chemo.
Yeah.
And then this is the third, final thing, right?
Yeah.
2?
Yeah. So I think I had stage 3.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what stage?
Yeah. And they told me there was no stage 4 of testicular cancer.
So when they diagnosed you, did they say you're stage 3?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, once it spreads to the lymph nodes, once it spreads to other organs.
After they remove your ball, they found more. And then they correct, okay, this is stage 3 cancer.
Yeah.
And so is stage 1 just the ball?
Yeah, stage 1's just
What's
the ball.
What's stage 2? Maybe
maybe the testicular cord.
Uh-huh.
I think that's maybe.
And then stage 3 is what you had. Where
spreading to other organs.
And then was there a stage 4?
I don't think so. I think there's generally a stage 4, but I don't really know. I'm pretty sure it was stage 3 and there's only 3 stages.
Or maybe, I bet you other cancers probably do have stage 4 and stuff.
Yeah. I know Lance Armstrong's testicular cancer spread hella far, to his brain or some crazy shit.
Damn, really?
Yeah. But
they came back and won the Tour de France.
It's crazy because
Did he?
He was blood doping. That's why he won.
Oh, everyone blood dopes in biking though. I watched the whole documentary on it. It was pretty good, but I was just like, literally everybody was, and like he has all his stuff removed, but like everyone else who got like second, third, who are also doping, like nothing happens to them.
Blood doping's cool.
I'm a fan of Lance Armstrong.
Yeah,
live strong.
Live strong. Where are we?
We're talking about basically now. How did you get? So you were stage 3.
Oh yeah,
and then chemo didn't work.
Chemo didn't work, right?
Or it didn't work for all the cancer.
Right. Yeah. Good clarification.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I assume it took down some of the cancer cells in my abdomen. So Juan Cuevas calls me up, my oncologist. He's like, "Yo, dog."
Huevos Ranchero. Sorry.
Oh shit. He's like, "Yo, dog." Yo, dog, you have to go get an RPL&D surgery, retroperitoneal lymph node dissection. Mm-hmm. And I know a guy in Indiana who does like hundreds of these a year. And I'm going to send you to him because the people in St. Louis only do like 2 of them a year.
Yeah, that's a G right there. That's a great doctor.
Yeah, he was like, I don't want you going to those guys.
Yeah.
So I'm going to.
How far was Indiana from you?
Dude, it wasn't that bad. I want to say it was like 5 hours or something like that. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It was in Indianapolis is where I got the surgery. Yeah. So. Yeah, we mobbed up to Indianapolis. We stopped at that. You remember those pictures of the giant rocking chair?
Yeah.
That was on the way to that surgery.
Yeah.
Haley and I were just like, we got to stop.
I remember that.
Idiotic. Yeah. It's hilarious. I was like, why is this here? There's so many things. Oh, the world's biggest golf tee?
Yeah. I remember it was like almost like, was that all the same area? But
it was just one town and it was spewing about. It's nonsense.
I guess it brings in somewhat tourists. I mean, I don't know.
We stopped.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I would too if I saw
we were just
giant
like,
rocking
we
chair.
have to stop here, right?
They should allow you to sit on it, though.
That's too big. You can't get up there.
I know, but it'd be cool if you could.
It would be cool, yeah.
So you stop there. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. We're mobbing up to Indianapolis. We stay with one of Haley's soccer coaches from SBU.
In Indianapolis?
Yeah, he coaches at one of the University of Indiana schools. Mm-hmm. So the night before we stay with him, and then, 2 nights before. Oh, so the night before I had a doctor's appointment the day after I arrived
there
with Dr. Masterson.
Man, these doctors' names, I feel like it's almost like a celebrity name where like, it's like a fake name. What was the first doctor's name? The yoke dude?
Oh, Dr. Schneider.
Dr. Robs, what is it?
Oh, Steven Schneider.
It sounds like a celebrity name. What was the other?
Juan Cuevas.
And what was this one's name?
This one was Masterson. I can't remember his first name. Daniel. Daniel Masterson, I'm pretty sure.
Dr. Masterson?
Yeah. Oncologist or urologist.
Urologist.
What it is.
And was he the one doing the surgery?
Yeah.
Okay, so you met with him?
Dude, this dude was great looking as well. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So he came in with the button-up shirt. Yeah. He wasn't like wearing a lab coat or any shit. But it was like down to here, like 3 buttons unbuttoned. I'm like, what? Are you trying to seduce my wife right now? Like, what are you doing, man?
How's it going, guys?
Yeah.
Usually my charm.
Yeah.
My good looks calm people.
Yeah, I was like, no shit. But then he was like, eat a fatty meal tonight. So it's going to help with like your digestion.
Oh, really? I would think because for other like certain things at hospitals, like you don't want to eat at all before them. But
well, I wasn't allowed to eat the day of.
Oh,
so from midnight on, he said yes, because that was the day before.
What was your fatty meal?
We went to Basbo's. I believe it was a burger place in Indianapolis. I had to refrain from drinking beer. I was like, probably don't want to drink a beer before I have a 6-hour surgery. Yeah. So that was a real downer. Mm-hmm. But yeah, delicious burger. Very fatty, as one may imagine. And then my mom was there with us, and Haley's aunt and uncle were there in Indianapolis.
Were you guys all staying together?
No, we just hung out a little bit. And then we stayed at an Airbnb with Carol.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then that was the day before the surgery?
Yeah. So they had to run a bunch of tests on me. They sent me home with a nice little cooler. It had like drinks and shit in it.
Really?
Yeah, for me to drink.
They're just like basically kind of trying to just be comfortable, make you comfortable.
Yeah, make me comfortable. They also want me to drink the right things.
Yeah.
That's
what was in there?
Dude, I think it was like some nasty ass protein that I did not drink.
Yeah.
I said no. I'm not about that shit.
But what drinks?
Probably like a Powerade.
Powerade, electrolyte type stuff.
Yeah, type stuff.
Water.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so anything else from the meeting before they told you? Just kind of gave you the rundown of what was going to go down.
So the RPND surgery, he had just cut straight down. He was like, you're going to like the base of the sternum, straight down to your belly button. I'm going to open it up. And then, so for the surgery, he's like, I'm just going to take everything out and then find all of the cancerous lymph nodes.
And he just try to scrape it off or take all the cancerous lymph nodes?
Yeah, I assume I don't really know. I'm pretty sure they like cut them and shit.
Yeah.
And burn them.
Really? Do they burn them like in while you're...
I think they burn, like do little small burns to cauterize wounds.
Oh, like
I actually don't fucking know.
They probably like take it out and then do that or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not
just
certain.
Like cut you open and then what was like was there a rate of like not survival on the surgery or...
Never looked at it.
I don't want.
I think they do it pretty often.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean? Like, because they'll be like, or like some cancer surgeries are like, you have a 20% chance or whatever.
Oh,
or like,
yeah. But I think it's like a 20% chance of success versus like you're gonna die on this fucking table. For cancer surgeries. Generally. Like, hey, we couldn't get it all.
Yeah. That's true. Like, it's like only if the operation
you're not
was
just
bad.
like you're
like,
dead.
Yeah. That's like, yeah.
But yeah, so he broke it down for us. He was super cool. Obviously, I was like, "Damn, you're a cool dude." Told me a great burger place.
Mm-hmm.
So day of the surgery, I stroll in there pretty early, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Paid for some of the surgery. They were like $180. So it's like, this is not going to be enough. It's not even going to put a dent in.
Yeah, what is this?
Yeah, like whatever. We got
copay.
We got some discount for
Yeah.
like giving them money up front. I was like, this is nothing, guys. Like, it's so expensive. So yeah, stroll into the surgery. You know, they get you all ready. Have you ever had a surgery before?
I've never been put down before.
Put down, dog.
Sorry, no, I've never been put to sleep though for anything.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I've just had actually, I don't think I've had anything. My closest thing is I had a cyst recently. It's the most disgusting thing.
Yeah,
it was so disgusting. I don't know why I'm talking
did it
about
pop?
that, dude. Yeah,
nice,
I mean,
dude.
okay.
Do you have the video?
No, I don't have the video. Lindsay was in the room though, but it was like, okay, we're gonna finish yours and then I'll tell you.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, so the surgery, day of the surgery. Yeah, I stroll in there. I'm pretty sure they had me there hella early because they told me not to eat or drink, and I didn't.
During the day of the surgery.
Day of the surgery is from midnight on, so pretty easy. And I didn't. It's a crucial part to the story. Had the surgery. The last thing I remember, they wheel you in.
Yeah.
They already start you on the
going to sleep stuff.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Anesthesia. Yeah. The local anesthetic. So they were hopping me up and then, they bring you in, they like transfer you over
To like a bed?
to the bed. Yeah. And then,
And like, how was that? I mean, it was just kind of like, you're just like...
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
just
like-
kind of check out.
and you're just kind of like...
Dissociate from your own body.
Yeah.
It's fine. You need to shut it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
You have to, in reality.
you just have to. You just have to, be mindful that like, hey, we just got to shut it down real quick. This is happening. And they helped with drugs because they sat me up and they were like, hey, you're going to feel a little pinch in your back. Don't move. It was a fucking
Huge needle?
yeah. And I didn't
look really.
I didn't look at it, but then they fucking stabbed me. I was like, yeah. They're like, don't move. I was like, what do you mean? You just fucking
I was like, why can't you put this on me after I fall asleep?
Yeah.
It's anesthesia, you guys.
Yeah, but I assume it was
No. We want you to feel this.
what are the pregnant, an epidural? I think it was similar to that, like a spinal. Yeah.
Girls are like,
Yeah.
I'm like overreacting.
Yeah. It just makes your entire lower half numb. So yeah.
They do that to you?
Yeah, that's what they stuck in my back, and I was like, fuck.
And then you fall asleep?
Yeah, that was the last thing I remember.
You're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, that was the last thing I remember.
And then fall asleep. And then how long is this surgery?
It's like a 6-hour surgery or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they slice you open, right? Take everything out, and somehow it's still connected.
So like they'll take your intestines out and your whatever's right there. Pretty much.
I guess it's just like
your kidney or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if the kidney moves.
Yeah, but like
that far, but yeah,
they empty
Your
it out so they can
intestines, for
see
sure.
everything.
Yeah, and then
How do they put it back right?
I think it's their job.
No, I know that, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know.
I imagine intestines are just like
they are crazy.
You know what I mean?
I think that intestines will also move back where they're supposed to be.
I could see that.
And I can also see it because I woke up and threw up so fucking much. And, my abdomen's like stapled together or whatever.
You want to eat a fatty meal so you can throw this up after.
Yeah. She's like, we told you not to eat this morning. I was like, I didn't fucking eat. This is Basbo's. Look at the food.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, you bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, throwing up, awful falafel though. Cause your fucking abdomen. Where do you throw up from? You throw up from your abdomen.
Yeah. And it was just like almost probably trying to correct itself afterwards, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
just like,
and that's why he wanted the fatty meal so that it would probably snake through those intestines, get everything moving back.
Oh, okay.
I don't know though.
So then you woke up and
fucking threw up so much.
And how was like that was how many days before your wedding?
Oh, so the surgery was that. It was 3 weeks before the wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hella crazy.
I forgot about Yeah, and that's crazy. The part that we forgot about this whole story is that you were like getting married, like during the whole process of it. Like,
yeah, Haley was, well, we were both planning the wedding, but Haley was
taking charge of it.
Yeah, Haley was hella not stressful during the wedding process.
Worry about.
Yeah, but I mean, she asked if I wanted to move the date at some point. I was like, nah, dude. I'm going to walk down the aisle with you, whatever shape I'm in.
That's cool.
It's beautiful stuff, Mike.
That was a cool, wedding or memorable. And so you had 3 weeks before.
Yeah. So day after the surgery, feel like dog shit. I'm not really eating because
you just have you have a whole bunch of stitches right here, staples right here. What is it?
Stitches, I think. I think they just dissolved after a while. So yeah, stitches.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so I was in a pretty bad place. The room they gave us was fucking dope, though. It was a suite.
Oh, really?
There was like a room bigger than this that was completely empty. And then you walk through that to get to my room.
Oh, so there's an area to hang out and then an area of your room. That is cool.
And I had like,
And how long did you have to stay afterwards?
I was there for like 2 days.
Really? That's it?
Yeah, most people stay for like 5 to 7 days.
But wait, like, did they let you? You were like, okay.
I was like, peace out, bitches. Yeah. No, I was walking all hobbled. But yeah, I didn't really eat for the first day. I just felt like shit.
Yeah.
Really couldn't. And then slowly started to hydrate a little bit more. And then I think I was up walking after one day, but I had Haley there because she's a PT.
Yeah, so
the PT, the PT checked in with her, and he was like, "Okay, you got this."
Yeah, just like, hey, you know what you're doing, helping them walk, blah blah.
Yeah, and then I mean, when I wanted to be discharged, I had to walk for them and show them that I could walk.
And is that pretty much the only requirement after that surgery?
You have to shit, and pee and walk. I mean, you have to be able to.
Do your.
You
functions.
Just can't look like shit.
Yeah,
and they'll let you go. But dude, being in the hospital after that surgery was crazy. I literally had a button I could push to inject myself with
morphine or what?
Yeah, like a crazy. Yeah. I was like, I'm not gonna use this.
You didn't use it at all?
No, I didn't use it at all. They gave me some. They gave me some of it that day.
Oh, day after.
Yeah,
or day. I mean, when you came out of it.
Yeah, they did it.
And then they were like, "Oh, you can press this button if you want."
Yeah, if you're in pain, just do it. And I mean, I don't know. I was like, man, I'm not really dying of pain.
Yeah.
And I think pain's a lot of it is how you perceive it, right? So,
and I mean, you had already kind of been dealing with a lot of pain in different ways. So I'm sure that you were like, I mean, this feels better than chemo, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just perspective. It's just this is fine.
And I think that's probably was a huge thing was your perspective for the whole time you had cancer. It was very calm. Yeah. Where I think a lot because I think me and Josh were talking one time and we're just talking about how you were you dealt with it so good where we feel like I was if I got it or if you know what I mean I feel like I would not have dealt with it as calm. And maybe I think it's one of those things where until you were in the situation you kind of have to it's fight or flight basically you gotta either take it like it is just take it on the chin and it is what it is or because you were always just so very somber about everything, very calm would call us, tell us oh, and you always not too bad I'm
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad, but it wasn't too bad though.
And then how long? So then you get discharged, you leave.
Yeah, so we drive back to Missouri. That fucking was not a pleasant car ride.
Oh, I'm sure not.
I was just, yeah.
Right, that day you drove all the way back?
Yep, we just mobbed. I mean, it was as good as it could be.
Yeah.
Roads are bumpy.
Yeah, it is.
Bumpy roads. Did not feel good on my stomach.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, just went home. Got home. I guess just started rehabbing.
Mm-hmm.
Just walking around the cul-de-sac slowly but surely. But yeah, that was when we essentially knew that we were cancer free after that. Yeah.
So how long after?
He called like a week later and was like, "Yeah, you guys are." He didn't even like say it straight up because I guess it was an assumption.
Yeah. I wouldn't have. Yeah, I would have been like, bro. Like,
so are we cool? Are we like cancer free? He's like, oh yeah, we're technically you're in remission because you're in remission for 5 years until they.
Oh, and so you get not weekly, but you get like what is monthly checkups or?
It starts as every 3 months, then every 6 months after 2 years, and then I'm on the 1 year
right now
because everything's been cool.
That's chill. And then so you found out 1 week and a half later, whatever, and then your wedding was a week and a half away.
Mm-hmm.
And
so we knew that entire time.
Yeah. But you were just were you just focusing on you getting better, like getting stronger for the wedding, basically. That's probably what's like pushing you to like
I needed to be
faster physical therapy or faster recovery than
and I mean I just didn't Haley's a PT, I'm an OT, exercise science degrees. I know that I got to get up and move if I want to get better, and I'm gonna it's my wedding. Like,
what percentage do you feel like you were at of yourself
at the wedding?
Oh,
bro.
I mean, because you were like fatigued. I feel like, or like, or you would easily get fatigued. I just remember,
I was probably at like 80%.
Yeah, but you were still like, dancing around and everything.
Yeah, so I made it happen.
Yeah,
I had a lot of caffeine, a lot of ibuprofen.
Mm-hmm. Is that just all you use? I mean, you're always an ibuprofen person from baseball.
I really don't take anything anymore.
That makes sense.
I just feel fine.
Well, also you're not. I feel like you took so much ibuprofen growing up, or because you were a pitcher, so your arm naturally.
Yeah, I took so much ibuprofen during baseball. Mm-hmm. Yeah, generally in okay doses, like 2, but sometimes more than that.
No, yeah, I remember. Oh, you're kidding me. I feel like you take like 2-3 ibuprofen every couple hours. Like what was it? Tendinitis? Is that what you had?
Tendinitis, yeah.
It's like, I had tendinitis. I can't play water polo.
Yeah.
But I will play baseball.
I will play baseball. It's good. I just wanted to hang out with the boys.
No, exactly. It was fun. And then at your wedding, you decided to tell everybody you're cancer free, which was like a very like special and cool moment.
Yeah.
I feel like, and like, was that always a plan, kind of?
That was always the plan. It was always going to be during my speech. But we told like Tanner and Dong and then Allison and Abby, and then Logan was Logan was present when we were signing our wedding license. Yeah. So we told them then because we wanted to make it special for like best man, best friend, and then Abby and Allison as well. Yeah, definitely. But the wedding was crazy. Yeah, that was the plan all along to let you guys know during the speech. Carol was pissed. That I didn't let her know earlier.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably understand from your mom.
I don't care. Yeah, but it's all good.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy. Yeah, definitely. I think it'll be, a very memorable moment, something that I can look back on and just be proud of, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, or just like it was cool being there with everyone who basically cared about you at your wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
And like you don't have to like, you post it, but you know what I mean? You don't have to like, you're just telling everybody who's been supporting you the whole time, like, hey, you guys, like
in person,
we did it pretty much, like,
because
I think I like the whole thing with, like our friend group is ridiculously big too. So I think, how was like, I don't know, what was your perception of us trying to?
You guys were fine.
Yeah.
You just, don't know a whole lot about cancer. Yeah. First time around, right, for most of us. So, and it was cool. Yeah. I think the guys did a good job.
Yeah.
I don't really remember a moment where I was like, hey, cut the shit.
Yeah. And I remember because you told everybody, and it was like a cool moment because it's like I mean, everybody was just crying. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, and it was like happy tears, but it was still like. But I remember like because then at that point, everyone was like hugging everyone, and I just like I told Lindsay or the people at my table, I'm like, well, if I'm gonna go hug Jim, now's my time. Like I just went up to Jim and I hugged him.
Oh man!
And then after that, he would like joke with me. He was like, "No, you said you were only gonna hug me then. Like, bring it in for a hug." Like the next like couple times I saw Jim, he'd give me a hug. It's like, all right, Jim.
That's funny. Oh yeah, that was crazy seeing old Jim in that element.
Well, yeah, and it was like cool. Like I think like for you guys, like that's why you say like you don't care. It's not that you don't care that you didn't want to tell your mom. It's just like you wanted it to be like a special memory to tell them. You know
Nobody will ever forget.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for sure. Yeah. Dude, that 4th of July show in St. Louis was crazy.
Dude, we went to Atwater has their fireworks show, whatever. Yeah. And ever since, like I hadn't seen a fireworks show since that one, really. Yeah. And then, like, I went to, like, the Atwater one, and I was just like, oh, like whatever. Like just compared to St. Louis, which honestly, we're underneath the arch, and there's, like, a million fireworks. Yeah. Like, it's like, nonstop, like, fireworks for, like, it is not, like, a 10-minute thing. I feel like it was, like, 25, 30 minutes of fireworks. Mm-hmm. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was hella crazy.
But that day was also, dude, before that, though, that day was so stressful because we were all, like, we were all at different parts of the park. Mm-hmm. But I think there's just so many people in one area that no one's cell phones were working. Mm-hmm. And, like, everyone was trying to get a hold of everyone to meet somebody somewhere. But, like, everyone was calling me. And I was just like, I couldn't even enjoy it till like the fireworks session. I'm like, Jesus, you guys.
Yeah, it was crazy. There's a lot of people to keep track of.
We went up over the left. I just remember we ended up on the left side watching it, like in that little grassy area.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah. The arch is pretty cool though. We went inside it's a national park though. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is a national park.
Yeah, it's just
like, I understand national monument. Like,
exactly. Like I was shocked.
What do you mean it's a national park? Like, no, it's literally an actual park.
Yeah, like I don't know, guys.
Like, what is a national monument then?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's because they added a museum or like revamped the inside.
It was pretty cool inside.
Yeah, it was cool, but yeah, I don't.
And they have
national park is definitely a stretch.
And then I remember when we were inside, because it was literally, because you guys didn't go with us when we went inside of it, but it was like basically your family, all the Womacks, my family, and then like all the dudes. Yeah. And it was just like, it was like ridiculous. We were all like taking pictures, and Carol like paid to like keep the picture of all of us because you write on the stuff all the way to the top of it or whatever. Yeah. But it just like looks so funny because like we're all like standing. You ever seen that picture? We're all standing like holding each other's hips, like looking, smiling like an old '90s picture. Like it seemed like Jim and like Carol, my parents. Like it's just like and then Carol's like, I want to buy that, and she actually bought it. But I was
I mean that's a good buy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it was just like so ridiculous.
Yeah, that is so ridiculous.
Probably way too freaking much money too. Like it's only $50 for this.
That's okay. Yeah, I haven't been inside the arch since I was hella young.
Yeah, and I mean, when you went over there, like for the first couple times?
No. Like when 10 years old, young. Oh, we drove out to Ohio.
I mean, I feel like, you live there, but like, I feel like I had a blast when I was at the top because then you could just look and see everything.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, my cyst.
Oh, yeah. WTF.
I guess I'm telling this on the podcast. Yeah. So, I mean, I had this
where
cyst on my butt, pretty much on the right side of my cheek.
Always your fucking ass.
Yeah, I know. I have Becker's mole as well. Yeah. Becker's mole, you guys, is a birthmark that occurs after puberty.
And it looks like a girl named Becca.
Yeah, that's why Brian memorized the name of it though. No, but so that it was like on the right side of my ass cheek pretty much. Mm-hmm. And so I've had it for like 5 years. Oh. And like I went to the doctor and the doctor pretty much was just like, I mean like, he's like, yeah, it's a cyst, but like, and like until like it starts hurting or like, it's like, it'll be ready to pop. But like until then, like there's no point to like rush it and pop it. Cause it was like very like, I would say dormant, like a dormant volcano. You know what I mean? It was like very dormant. And then, so the Wee Nuns came on my podcast, right? Yeah. And they gave me, or like they gifted me like a whole bunch of CBD products. And so I was just like CBD creams and tinctures and pretty much everything that Carol makes. Yeah. And so they gifted me that, like, it was like a good amount, like $200, $300 worth of stuff. And I was like, wow, thank you. And so I was like putting it on like in my muscles and stuff after I worked out. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to put it on my cyst and see what happens. And like it like went down for a little bit, and then it like almost just like made it ready to pop. Oh. Like it was getting like a little tender, and I was like, oh, it's like making it. Which like I think CBD is pretty like such a unique medicine product because like it's really like they don't know how or what it does, but like it helps your aches, it helps your joints, it helps pain medication, it helps, you know what I mean, just everything. And so it like almost made it ready to pop. And then I look online and I'm like, can you pop your own cyst? You know, and that's naturally when I'm like, I don't want to go to the doctor. Like, well, it was because I didn't know if I had health insurance. And gotcha. So I was just like, I don't want to pay $500 for a cyst or whatever. Yeah. And so then my dumbass, I can't believe I'm telling this on the podcast, but then because it's pretty disgusting. And then my dumbass starts to, like, I try to pop it.
How painful was that, dog?
And like, because like, it like almost had a whitehead. And so I was like, oh, I'm just going to like, whatever, I'll squeeze it. And so I try to squeeze it and like a little stuff comes out and it's like, but not like a little stuff comes out. And then I like stop and I'm like, I was trying to pop it for like 30 minutes. And then I stop and then I can't believe I'm saying this. And then I'm like, whatever, like I'm not going to do that, whatever. And then I ignore it, like ignore for the rest of the day. It's whatever. And then the next day I wake up and it just hurts and it's infected. Oh. And like all around it's like tender. And I was like, whatever, it's okay. Like, I'll be fine. Like, I'm just gonna like, I was like heating it, putting ice on it. Like, that's what they were saying to do. And so I was like, okay, like whatever, I'll just do that. So I did that for 2 days. And then the third day I woke up and I was like, if it's bad, it's still like this tomorrow, I'll be fine. But like, I was like, I couldn't sit down, dude. Like, it was that painful. Yeah. And so I'd be like on the corner of my chair right here, like this, like, oh my God. Like all day. I could barely walk. Yeah. And then finally, like the third day, I came upstairs. I was like, I'm going to wait one more day. Lindsay, like, we'll be fine. And then I come upstairs and like, I just get to the point where like, I can't tell if this is getting better or getting worse. Like, and so then I was just like, we got to go. So I went to Castle Urgent Care. Oh, yeah. When they're fucking cool. They had like some like clinic where like I only had to pay like $35. Oh. Like for the 2 doctor visits that I had. And so I was like, that's cool. All I had to pay. Oh yeah, wow. And like everywhere else was like, I was like, oh, what's your copay on like uninsured? No, a non-insured walked in, and they were saying it was like $180 just for the visit, but if they do anything, it'll be like, you know, significantly more. And like their whole thing was just like $35. So then like I go to the urgent care. Lindsay goes with me because I'm like, Lindsay, well, because then Lindsay's like, you know, you could have like staff. You could like, she's naming like all these like, what are they like? Infections. MRSA. Yeah. She said MRSA. She was like staph and like on our way there. And I was like, hey, like you weren't telling me this like the past 3 days. Like, we don't got to talk about this right now. And so then we get there and they're like, why are you here? And I'm like, I got a cyst on my butt. And they're like, what? Because we have to wear masks and there's like cloth. I mean, there's a screen and then there's them. And I was like, I have a cyst on my butt. And they're like, what? And I was like, I have a cyst on my butt. And they're like, oh, okay. They're like, what's your insurance? And I was like, oh, I don't have insurance. They're like, oh, you got to go to the clinic. So then they take me to the clinic. Oh. And then they're like, oh, what are you here for? I was like, I have a cyst on my butt. And they're like, what? And I was like, I have a cyst on my butt. And like, they couldn't hear me at all. And so I was like, I have a cyst on my butt. Like that. And then Lindsay's like, geez, like you don't have to yell that, Micah. Like everybody turn around and knows why you're here. Yeah. And then they're like, is it painful? I'm like, yeah, like I can barely sit down. And they're like, do you have insurance? I was like, no. So we fill out this paperwork and everything. Yeah. And then I sit down, and within 3 minutes of sitting down, they're like, Micah. They call me to the back. Damn. Because I think they put me like priority because it hurt or whatever. Yeah. And so then I go to the back and then they're like, oh, what are you here for? And I was like, does nobody communicate in this freaking place? No. And so I was like, I have a cyst. And then Lindsay was like, because when we sat down, Lindsay was like, so you have a cyst on your bottom or like on your left butt cheek. She's like, don't say it. I was like, okay. So like, I was like, I have a cyst on my bottom. And then they're like asking me questions about it. They weigh me and everything. And yeah, I don't know. And then I go into the doctor's office, right? Or the room. And the doctor came in, he was this very young dude. Like he seemed like early 30s. And he just like was very calm about everything. And when he walks in, he's like, what are you here for? And I was like, oh my gosh, does nobody communicate with anybody? Yeah. And I was like, I got a cyst on my butt, dude. And he was like, you want to keep it or do you want me to help you take care of it? I was like, I'd rather have you take care of it. He's like, all right, let's see what we're dealing with. He's like, where's it at? Yeah, and I was like, it's on my butt. And then like I pulled down my pants and he was just like, oh, yep, that's infected. And he's like, well, he's like, yeah. He's like, they basically, he told me it was, and Lindsay was like, oh, is it like a big one? And he was like, honestly, it's not like too bad. Like not the biggest, like, you know, or they're basically saying like, oh, it's like kind of a normal size one. Mm-hmm. And for me, I was like, I thought it was freaking massive. Yeah. But then Lindsay's mom was telling me, because she used to do hospice care and stuff like that like people would have like cysts this big on their back and like, afterwards, you could like fit your fist inside of it because it just makes a giant crater and a hole if you don't take care of it. Yeah, it's fucking nasty.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is. And because they get cysts because like they're just bedridden all day.
Yeah. You get bed sores.
Yeah, so it's like that, but then they did form anyways. So then he's like, It's like the weirdest thing. So then they're like, it's on my butt. So like I have to literally lay on the thing with like my bare ass showing, like just so vulnerable. Like no, I just had to pull my pants down.
Oh wow.
But then it was just like I'm just like laying there, like waiting for them, and then they just like pull out this giant needle, and you might feel a little pinch because they numb it.
Oh okay.
And so they like put it in like in my ass, and
stuck in your butthole.
And then they put it in. That part fucking hurt. Honest, that was hurt the most. The needle with the pain.
I guess it was pretty.
Well, I mean, they injecting it in. Yeah, and it was already. And like, so they put that in, and then they wait for it, and then they just pull out this freaking knife. And Lindsay's like sitting like right there. Like I'm like face down looking at Lindsay. Like our heads are pretty close to each other, and then like the other two doctors are behind me doing the surgery or whatever it is. And so like he like cuts it open, or like he goes to cut it open, and then he's like, whoa, and because like it just starts shooting up like at him, and Lindsay's like, oh, you guys should have brought a face shield. And he's like, I know, I didn't think I needed it for this one. And I was like, like I don't know. And then like so they're like cutting it out, and they're squeezing it all out, and the lady feels the need to like, she's like the one helping out, and so she has like tissues and napkins, and she's like getting it, and then she like comes up to me, she's like, look. I'm like, oh, like I don't need to see this. And then like there's like hella blood coming out, hella stuff, but she like comes, and every single time she shows me like, look at this. I'm like, yeah, like I get it, like that's what he's doing. And Lindsay said it was just like he was just like squeezing, and then they had to get like it felt like he was just grabbing a part of my, because it was numb, but I could feel it still. It felt like he was grabbing a part of my ass and like trying to rip it off. Like that's what it felt like. And then he gets these little scissors, mini scissors, after he makes the incision, and there's a sac and cyst, and you have to get the sac out, or else the cyst will come back.
Right.
And so he's literally holding onto it with like tweezers and then cutting around. He's like, usually you can't get it out like this, but it's coming out, and he's cutting around the cyst sac, and then after like it took him like, I don't know, like 5-10 minutes to do this whole thing, and then he like the lady comes to me, and she was like, look at the sac, like, and I was like, it was like black and like looked nasty, but it was like, I don't know, it wasn't that big. It was like a little bit bigger than a quarter, I would say, like the sac was, or maybe a little bit bigger than that, but it was freaking disgusting. And then what hurt the most was just afterwards, because instead of having a cyst, I just had a knife wound on my ass afterwards, and so it was just
better than a cyst.
But like the pain was like more than the like.
They gave you some drugs.
No, they didn't actually. So they're ibuprofen. No,
you don't need opioids.
Yeah. No, I wasn't gonna. Yeah, it would be like a strong ibuprofen if they gave me anything, and I was like, I'll just take ibuprofen at home. Yeah. And so I mean, after that, like he shoved like gauze into it. And like I had to leave it in there for a week because it leaked pretty much for a week afterwards, all the stuff. And
did you smell bad?
Oh my God. The smell was disgusting, man.
Like during the surgery?
Yeah, like after
the surgery.
Oh, it wasn't bad. It wasn't. I mean,
while you were leaking.
Oh, the first day was bad, but like not like it wasn't that smelled. It was just like in the room after the surgery, it smelled like dirty cheese, or like it was.
Well, think about it. It's just a buildup of ass.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, you could say I have a fat ass.
Yeah, oh my God.
No, but it was just disgusting. And the first day when I ripped it off to like change the bandage, it was like blood rushing down my leg, and I was like, what the hell? But then after that, I was like really worried I was going to be able to go on my backpacking trip.
Yeah, that's
literally the only reason I felt like I went to the doctor.
Nasty, bro.
Yeah, it was disgusting. But
you survived.
I've survived.
You survived the cyst.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
The other big C word.
You know, I'm not trying to one up you, Brian, but I'm just kidding.
A cyst, no big.
No, that's my closest thing to a surgery, though.
I mean, that's a surgery. But
yeah,
you weren't knocked out. I guess is what we prefaced.
Yeah, the knocked out part is like, I've never had my wisdom teeth out either. Have you?
Yeah, I did. I think I got 3.
But I think you only need them out like if they bother you or something like that.
Yeah, I don't really know. Dentists are wild. They make good money though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I got dental insurance. Got to go next month.
Yeah,
because I got that new job.
Yeah, and so I mean, let's go back to the cancer thing real quick. I have one last question.
Oh, we back?
No, it's just like any advice or words of wisdom if there was anybody like going through cancer or.
Oh yeah, for the peeps.
Yeah.
It's all about your mindset and who you surround yourself with. I was very fortunate to have, a Haley right there the entire time. Not all people are as fortunate, but I think have good friends and have, a good base around you and just know that it's probably going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would be realistic with yourself, obviously. If it's real late stage,
Mm-hmm.
enjoy life when you have it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say it really made me appreciate life a lot more. I was kind of just going through the things, like whatever.
Before.
Yeah, just kind of floating along. But this like is almost a wake up call. Like you're really only here for 80 years probably.
Yeah, like average.
Like you better fucking live it, especially while we're young.
Yeah.
It's a quality lesson to learn while we're young.
Yeah.
Because instead of like being 50 and getting cancer and surviving, I was 24, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 24.
And how long was that whole process? Was it about a year?
It was like 6 months.
6 months was the whole thing? All of it?
Yeah, 7 months because we were done by July.
And you got engaged before this? Or
yeah, it was
after
before
this?
that.
Before this? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was during the summer of 2018 was when I got engaged. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Just,
a lot of mindset.
yeah, mindset. And I think that's what you pretty much said this whole entire time. It's just like about having that mindset of like you're not in control,
Yeah.
but you are in control of your emotions and how you feel about it.
Exactly.
And so if you're gonna, be hysterical and
Yeah.
think it is the end of the world, it's gonna seem
Probably
like,
gonna be the end of the
It's
world.
gonna seem a lot more like the end of the world versus if you're like, this is just what it is right now. Got to go through it, in order to get past it.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of stuff in life is about your mindset.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
that's for sure true.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a good learning experience.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm sure you could, you just started like you said, you just appreciated life a lot more afterwards.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just going and traveling, I'm not going to sit here and accumulate a shit ton of PTO days and never go on vacation.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. I'm going to live life. I mean, we were just in Jamaica, right? We're here this weekend in
About to be
California.
in Seattle,
Yeah.
Portland.
Yeah,
freaking-
exactly. So we're doing the thing.
Yeah.
And you might as well while we don't have kids.
No, exactly. And that's one of those things where sometimes I feel like I overwhelm myself with doing fun stuff, but then I also think I know it's going to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
It just naturally is. And I don't want to have opportunities to go places and then just not do them because you think you're tired or you think you shouldn't. I just feel like while you're young, you might as well go out and do stuff. And I think our generation is so much different than our parents. Our parents, all by 22, 23 had kids,
Settling
married.
down.
Yeah, we're going through it. And our generation, we're 30 to 35 seems like everyone's having kids there and kind of living your life. And it's just a lot of our parents didn't necessarily go to college or it wasn't such a thing back then where now it's for sure you get through college, you're 21, 22, 23, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you still don't get married.
Yeah. Soon, Mike. You'll be married soon.
Soon, November.
Yeah, we'll be here for that shit too.
Yeah.
And your bachelor party.
Oh, a Tahoe. Tahoe's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Jacuzzi.
Oh my God. And a sauna.
A sauna. Hey, there's
for
a pool
12
table.
dudes.
Hey. Yeah, that's how big my wedding party is. That's just ridiculous.
I'm excited about the lake though. I've never been during warmer months.
And then some of the guys are talking about getting a boat, or you can rent a party boat, and it's obviously way more expensive than Pinecrest, but it'd be $100 per person, and then it's
yeah.
But then you're out in the middle of the lake.
Yeah, that was a great time at Ben's.
No, that's exactly.
I'd love to.
No, at Chris's.
It was Chris's.
Yeah.
Ben's. Did Ben have one?
I don't know. We're not. I don't think so. No, he didn't definitely. I mean, Ben coming in, sneaking in and stealing my my wedding year. I'm just kidding.
What the hell, Ben? Yeah.
But it is what it is. But congrats to him and Amanda as well. Oh, that's in 3 weeks. They're getting married.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
That's gonna
excited.
be so fun.
I'm excited that we're gonna go to.
Yeah.
So are you hitting Crater Lake?
We're hitting Crater Lake the day you hit Crater, or the day before?
The day after we hit Crater Lake.
No, day before. So we'll be on Tuesday. Monday we're staying somewhere. Mm-hmm. On Tuesday we're staying near Crater Lake.
Oh.
So we're gonna go to Crater Lake, then go to this place called Takiti Falls or Tokati Falls or something like that. Tequila Falls. Yes. Taquito Falls. And then after that, we might go to Bend, Oregon on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Everyone says that's a really cool place. It's a mountain town. I think
Isn't that where Cooey used to live?
I think so. Yeah, Cooey and Andy.
Yeah.
I think they used to live there.
Haven't chatted with her in a while.
I saw Andy Civerly not too long ago, randomly at Rayleigh's.
They're chilling?
Yeah, they're chilling. They were during the heat wave. They came over here.
Gotcha. Cool Cooler. People. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, a lot of things going on. I mean, anyways, we've been doing. I guess how long we've been doing this?
I don't know. 2 hours?
Hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, Brian, I appreciate you for being here, sharing your story.
Yeah.
I think that. I mean, I never actually like got to talk to you like I talked to you like during it, but not really like got to hear like the whole story. And I think like you've dealt with it so well that like you'd be a good person to talk about it. And because a lot of people don't talk about it, or if they
it's dumb.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
people
they just
are like cancer.
Exactly. Kind of it's like a taboo subject of like, oh, I don't want to bring it up, or I don't want to.
Yeah.
And I feel like you've been so open and honest about it that like I feel like people, if they are going through something, can gain a better understanding of maybe how to deal with it, or like this is how one person dealt with it. Maybe if I take this aspect of how they dealt with it, it can help them.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, everybody deals with it differently, but I agree. Yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
Of course.
Yeah.
Brian, I appreciate you as a friend coming down here doing this.
Yeah, no problem.
You flew all the way over here just to do this.
Just for this, no.
Oh.
Shout out to
and Dong's wedding too.
Richard and Haley Marmolejo.
Yes, that's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow.
July
11th.
July 11th.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. I'm excited.
I'm excited for it too.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace.
This is it. Real talk and whatnot.
Real talk. That's it.